Hello guys, welcome back. Now today, we're going to be talking about Dylan Strome and of course the possibility that he is a bust. Third overall in the 2015 draft behind Connor McDavid, of course, and Jack Eichel, and ahead of guys like Mitchell Marner and Noah Hanifin. And of course, being third overall in the 2015 draft behind Eichel and McDavid, he had some pressure and some expectations on him, and I put some expectations on him. I always loved having him in NHL 16, and he had a lot of expectations. He was amazing when he played in the junior league, and of course, he made a name for himself. He definitely deserved to be third overall at the time, but of course, looking back on it, it's not the best pick overall for the Arizona Coyotes, and they'd obviously redo it. And of course, him being Arizona, he didn't get that much pressure on him. He didn't really get that much press on him, so it's not like he really crumbled over the pressure or that he was just, such expectations on him. But, of course, he had those expectations to be that first-line guy for the Arizona Coyotes that they have been looking for a while. And that draft pick was supposed to be that guy. Dylan Strome was supposed to be the one guy for the Arizona Coyotes to really love the franchise and to take a turn from them, know the non-success. He was supposed to be the guy to be their first-line center in the future and to be the anchor of that team. Now, Dylan Strome has played about 28 games in his NHL career so far. In the 17-18 season, he played 21 games, had 4 goals, 5 assists, and 9 points for 47.1% corsi for percentage. And he wasn't terrible when he played, he just wasn't great. And, of course, he hasn't played that great when he has played. In the AHL, though, he was absolutely dominating this year. 50 games played, 22 goals, 31 assists for 53 points. On my top 10 Canadian prospects list from this year, like a week ago I made that video, he was 6th. So to me, he still has some potential and some really good stuff. I feel like he definitely can bring in the NHL and he still has that talent level. But to me, I just don't see him being that first-line center that that Arizona advertised and that the NHL advertised. Just don't think that he's ready for that. I don't think that he can be that anymore. He's shown that the talent level when he was drafted, but now he see a little bit more realistically. I don't think he will be able to accomplish that unless he completely breaks for the next season, which could happen. Don't get me wrong, it could still happen, but he just hasn't shown that yet in the NHL. He might have shown that in the AHL, but throughout the NHL level, he just has not shown that he's been capable of fulfilling that third overall potential. Now, Dylan Strome is only 21, so he still has his age advantage towards him. He's only 21 years of age. And, third overall picks usually take a lot less time to develop, but some prospects, they have to have that time. They have to have that time to really develop. In the AHL, it seems like he's already had that time. It already seems like he's already ready for it. But in the NHL level, he hasn't really shown that he's quite NHL ready. For me, he's in that AHL, NHL limbo where he's fantastic in the AHL and always plays fantastic there. When it gets to the NHL level, he just is not able to succeed, and a lot of players are like that. It's just that Dylan Strome should not be in that bubble. He should not be one of those fringe NHL guys. For a third overall pick, he should not be a fringe NHL guy. He should be top-line center type quality, but he just has not shown that yet. For me, I feel like he can become a second-line center at this point, maybe a middle six guy, but I feel like that's his plateau right now. For me, that's his ceiling with the Arizona Coyotes. They just haven't really developed him right in the NHL when he's been up there, and he hasn't really taken the chance and gotten the opportunity and really realized it yet. I mean, maybe he does that next season. He could be a good candidate to break out next season. But at age 21, it seems like he's taking far longer to develop and might not be the first-line center, of course, they drafted him and want him to be. Don't get me wrong, I still believe that he has lots of talent in there. I believe that he will be a solid NHL player someday, but for right now, he just seems like he is not that type of player. Maybe he breaks out next season. Maybe it's a prime opportunity for him to do that, but it just seems like he's in that limbo, where he's a very, very good NHL player, but just does not cut it in the NHL level. I'm hoping that he can do that next season. If he gets the NHL opportunity and realizes it and finally takes advantage of it, that'd be fantastic to finally see him carve out an NHL career and finally see him carve out a good stint in the NHL. But we need to see that from this season. This season is pivotal for him. Sure, if he plays in the AHL greatly, that's fine, but he's already proved that he can do that. He needs to prove that he's NHL level. He needs to prove that he has the NHL talent. And of course, this season is one of the more crucial ones for him. Think about it. If he's age 22 and it's a year later, how many more opportunities are the Arizona Coyotes really going to give him until, of course, they let go of him? It's only a matter of time before, he doesn't really develop with Arizona. It's a matter of time before they just let him go and just give up on him. Dylan Strome needs to realize this opportunity that he could have next season with the Arizona Coyotes and really work hard, really realize the talent that he had back when he was drafted 3rd overall, and get something going with his NHL career, because at this point, it's in jeopardy. Arizona really needed him to develop into a first-line center, and while I don't think that is really going to happen anymore, I feel like he can still become a solid middle six guy. And it's obviously, looking back, he is not a complete bust in my eyes, but when you're drafting third overall, you want a franchise-type guy. Dylan Strome is not going to be that. So, of course, drafted ahead of him were Mitch Marner, Noah Hannafin, other guys like that. That would have been way better for the Arizona Coyotes to pick, but looking back on it, obviously it wasn't the best. They could have gotten a lot better. And with Dylan Strome, you know, he's in that fringe position. Right now, it's really unclear how his NHL career is going to turn out. Hopefully he realizes the opportunity and takes advantage of it. But for right now, it's just not looking very successful. For Dylan Strome, he really needs to right that ship and right that tradition and right that reputation, because it's prime opportunity for him. He just needs to finally get something going. I really hope that he does and gets something going. I do like the kid. I hope that he succeeds, and the Arizona Coyotes really need him to. If he can turn out like a third-line center and, you know, salvage something from this NHL career, that would be fantastic. I feel like if he can get to like a second-line center, that would be fantastic too for the Arizona Coyotes. They really need a guy like that. They needed a first-line center. They didn't get it with him, but maybe if he can turn out into a solid NHL player, that'd be fantastic. I really think that's, even though he doesn't have third line or third overall potential anymore, he can still be a solid NHL player. He still has that talent level. I do believe that, and probably the Arizona Coyotes do still believe that. But of course, if he stops improving and, you know, doesn't do too much in the NHL level in the next couple of years, it's just a matter of time before he's not even in the NHL anymore, and nobody else gives him that chance. And while it may take a little bit longer for him to develop, I still think that his time is running out. If he doesn't become a solid guy at like age 23 or like age 24, it's not going to really work out for him. Teams are getting giving less and less time to these guys to really develop, and guys are coming into the league at 18, 19 more than ever. So we need to see, for Dylan Strome, it's really a worrying thing. If he keeps not developing, if he keeps not improving, he needs to start doing that now, this next season. It's going to be crucial for him, and he needs to start doing it now before really his time is too late. And of course, he's not going to fulfill that third overall potential that he had anymore, and that's pretty clear. But if he can salvage an NHL career, you know, get some games going, you know, be a solid player for the Arizona Coyotes, that'll be great. So he just seems like hope is lost right now. But if he can turn into something good, that'd be what the Arizona Coyotes need. They needed him to become a first-line center, but it's looking like that won't happen anymore. With Dylan Strome, he had the potential and he had the talent, I do believe, but it just seemed like he just never really got it going in the NHL. Was always a very solid AHL player and an OHL player, but was never able to transition. It just seemed like he just wasn't ready for it. It's not all lost. Again, he's only 21. He can still have some time, but for right now, he is looking like a bit of a bust. It's too early to tell, I'd say, but at age 21, it's not looking too good. For me, hopefully he becomes an NHL player and a solid one. I'm hoping that he can be, because I like the guy. I hope he can turn something around, but for right now, he's not looking too good. Hopefully in this next season we see something extra from him that we haven't seen before, but it'll be interesting to see how he develops this next season and if he gets a chance and if he actually does something with it. I feel like the Arizona Coyotes gave him some chances, but he never quite realized it. Hopefully that turns around this season or in the next few seasons, and hopefully becomes a solid NHL player, because I do like the kid and I'm rooting for him. But that is going to be it for today, guys. Make sure to like, subscribe. Tell me below what you think of Dylan Strome, his whole situation. Do you think he can become a solid NHL player, and do you think he can salvage a career in the NHL? I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.